disappear U.S. attorney after what he just revealed about Debbie Wasserman SCHULTZ, given the peculiar tendency of people coincidentally disappearing, quote, or dying after getting close to uncovering dirt on the Clinton cartel, or their loyal minions. Former Assistant U.S. Attorney Andrew McCarthy may want to watch his back following his latest revelation regarding the indicted former IT staffer of Democrat Florida Representative Debbie Wasserman SCHULTZ. Writing for the National Review, the former federal prosecutor took issue with the grand jury indictment returned recently on Imran Awan and Ina Alvi, a husband and wife team accused of conspiring to commit bank fraud and unlawfully transferring their ill-gotten gains out of the country. More accurately, McCarthy was flabbergasted that the indictment didn't mention the fact that Awan was arrested as he was attempting to flee the country to Pakistan just months after Alvi had fled to Pakistan with their children and belongings, also not mentioned. McCarthy viewed those facts as a slam dunk proof that the duo intended to steal the money, flee the country, and never look back. Absolutely. The 5-count indictment filed in the D.C. District Court alleged the Awan and Alvi engaged in conspiracy to commit bank fraud by making false statements on credit and loan applications, then committed unlawful money transactions and aided and abetted each other in doing so. One would think that catching somebody accused of such crimes literally in the act of fleeing the country would also be, at the very least, be evidence of the conspiracy that should be put forward. But it was perhaps deliberately left unmentioned in the indictment. To be sure, also left unmentioned are the various other crimes Awan, his wife, and other family members stand accused of, namely mishandling and or stealing sensitive information and equipment related to their employment as information technology staffers for a host of congressional Democrats. That may be for good reason, though, as they appear unrelated and may be in a separate forthcoming indictment. That said, McCarthy could do little but speculate why there was no mention of Awan's attempt to flee the U.S. for Pakistan while under federal investigation. One particularly odious possibility is that someone in the prosecutor's office is seeking to protect Awan, or more likely those politicians connected to him, such as Wasserman SCHULTZ, the Florida Democrat, who headed the Democrat National Committee until being forced to resign for rigging the primary election in Hillary Clinton's favor. Recall that despite being under investigation and being barred from the Congressional Computer Network in February, Awan remained on Wasserman SCHULTZ's taxpayer-funded payroll until he was arrested, even as he was incapable of doing the job, quote, he was ostensibly hired and paid to do. Also of note is that the indictment was filed in the U.S. Attorney's Office that is led by an Obama-era holdover named Channing D. Phillips, and that office employs Assistant U.S. Attorney Stephen Wasserman, the Congresswoman's brother, though there is no indication that he is officially involved in the case. McCarthy detailed a number of other unexplained issues with the indictment, such as specific dates and other omissions, and ultimately came to the conclusion, based on his professional experience, that there is something very strange going on here. We tend to agree and are hopeful that this indictment, despite what it may be lacking, was merely issued in order to keep Awan in the U.S. while an investigation into the other allegations lodged against him is completed, preferably culminating with further criminal charges being levied against him. Now, McCarthy is a well-respected former prosecutor and pundit, so it's unlikely that publishing views like this could ever seriously put him in danger from the Clinton cartel crowd. But considering the, quote, strange fates that befell others over the course of the Clintons' checkered careers in national politics, from the well-known Vince Foster and Seth Rich to the more obscure like Sean Lucas, he would be wise to watch his back for a while. Absolutely, absolutely, so true, so true, so true.